let us turn our attention now to one of Henry Riley's pet projects, or should we say key areas of interest, which is the curious ecosystem that has grown up, I think it's fair to say, to the right of Nigel Farage, which was a space that you could have been forgiven for thinking didn't know existed. But should we begin with Reform UK-related news, and then we'll look at the new challenges to their position?
Yes, well, the Reform UK news is they've just sent out a big sort of press release where they're heralding a defection to the party.
Oh, from a sitting MP?
No, it's a former MP.
Does that count as a defection?
Not really, but
surely that's just someone joining.
So what they say is former Conservative MP Anne-Marie Morris.
That rings a bell. Carry on.
Has today joined Reform UK. She's going to head up the party's policy on social care. Now, this has been welcomed. Dr. David Ball, who's the new chairman, has said, "We are delighted to welcome Anne-Marie Morris to Reform UK."
Did she lose the whip for using the N-word in committee?
She did.
I knew it rang a bell. That's all she's known for, really.
She did get a considerable amount of coverage for that, James. Yes. So this was in July 2017. She was on a parliamentary panel debating Brexit and used the N-word. She then actually had the whip restored by Theresa May 5 months later, because you may recall there was desperate for votes with the sort of DUP. So she did say at the time she regretted it. She regrets it unreservedly. But I mean, I've been at countless Reform press conferences, James, where they've said we're not going to let sort of any old person in. I don't know, by the way, she had various positions on the Health and Social Care Select Committee, but I think clearly it's going to attract various headlines.
Yeah, although they're probably taking the view that, everybody knows what they stand for, no one's going to be surprised by that at all, and they'll just ride out any potential controversy that may be thrown up by the fact that they're boasting about recruiting someone who used the N-word. I mean, I don't think anyone's ever used the N-word in committees before or since. The House of Commons, there was an odd member of the House of Lords a few years ago who did it as well, but he'll probably be the next defection. Now, we come to the really exciting stuff, which is the new parties being started by people who've fallen out with Nigel Farage.
Yes, and there's quite a list. You've obviously got Reclaim, which is Lawrence Fox, which I'm not talking about today, the guy from Lewis, James, as you often refer to him.
Who wasn't Lewis.
Who didn't play Lewis.
No.
You've then got this new...
Reclaim.
Yes, Reclaim. You've now got Advance UK, which is set up by Ben Habib, the former deputy leader of Reform UK.
Right.
I've noticed on their website, James, they say the first 30,000 members to sign up will receive a discounted rate of £10. I think it's quite optimistic, 30,000 members, but who am I to say?
Very generous, though.
Very generous.
What is the going rate? I mean, what is it, £10 off what?
Or £30 it's normally.
Total.
Yeah.
Right. So it's yours for 20 quid.
You get a good deal there.
There you go.
Also, what I've noticed about the website, and not to say this was rushed, but there are quite a few references to the Integrity Party, which is not a real thing. So either there's been a sort of last-minute name change, or there are genuine mistakes where they refer to it as the Integrity Party rather than
So they were going to call
UK.
it the Integrity Party, and they started putting together the website, and then they changed it to Advanced UK, and they haven't gone over all of the copy.
They haven't gone over all of it.
Okay.
Very excitingly, though, James, there's another group that I'd like to tell you about.
Thank you.
Yeah. Well,
Finally.
You're welcome. This is Restore Britain.
Restore.
Which has
been... we've got Reform, Reclaim, and now Restore.
And Restore and Integrity and Advance.
Yes. Stroke Advance. Integrity Stroke Advance.
Separate.
Restore UK?
So Restore
Britain.
Restore Britain. This is Rupert Lowe, who's a sitting MP, independent. He fell out with Nigel Farage quite famously.
Yes.
Not a one-man band, though, because there are two members of his advisory panel who I can
Go on, let's try and work. Do you want to play, Would you be able to guess who they are?
One member of Rupert Lowe's advisory panel is a historian who got into trouble for remarks he'd made.
David Starkey.
David Starkey is correct. David Starkey. The second, I think quite surprisingly, is a serving Conservative politician who is a female politician in London.
Well, that's giving it away.
Is that giving it away?
Anne-Marie Morris, who's just gone to Reform?
No, not quite.
Did she ever... Did she ever accidentally lose her purse and claim it was proof of how rife crime had become in Sadiq Khan's London?
It was,
and then have it returned to her.
Former mayoral
but still
candidate.
claim that it was some, and with the money still in it, and then claim that it was somehow evidence of the crime epidemic sweeping the capital.
Yes, and I think she spoke about that on LBC about her ordeal. But
it was the best interview with a politician I've ever heard.
And it's Susan Hall has joined this group.
It is she. Is she allowed to join it if she's a Conservative? I mean, that would be a defection. So when is a defection not a defection? Answer one, when the person joining the party isn't actually leaving a political role to join it. And answer two, when the person joining the party is still in the other party.
Well, so it looks like a party, this, but they're now claiming it's not a party. It's a sort of pressure group that is going to rip up the
Can
existing
I join
laws.
it? But can one join it?
And I'm very pleased you asked that, James. This is £20 a year, so it's slightly cheaper.
Can you join all of them?
Yeah, I think you can. Yeah, you can join this and Advanced/Integrity or
Can
that
we start
Reclaim.
our own?
You could start your own. But I'm delighted I've got you both here because I'd like to tell you they also have a exclusive group in Rupert Lowe's party, Restore Britain, called the Cromwell Club, which will cost you...
I'm not joining that.
Well, it costs you £2,500 or more if you choose to donate it.
It won't be very popular with the Irish.
Have you heard our surnames ever? Fogarty
yes,
and
no,
O'Brien.
well, quite.
And so most people...
I'm a Riley, so...
Surely most people quite like the royal family these days.
Well, but let me just tell you, James, what you will get if you pay that.
Please.
You'll receive a
How much?
tie...
£2,500?
£2,500.
Yes.
You'll get a tie, a lapel badge and an annual dinner in London for members.
Down with this sort of thing.
And that one is called Restore Britain.
And their policies are there's death penalty and banning the burqa.
For everyone, death penalty and ban the burqa.
I haven't read into it, but they also want net negative migration.
Net negative migration. So that involves deporting people.
Yes.
OK. But it's not a party.
But it's not a party yet. It could well turn into one.
Ain't no party like a Rupert Lowe party, you might say, if you were familiar with S Club 7. Henry Riley, thank you.
Thank you.
Will there be more next week, or do you think that's it for now?
I'll be keeping tabs. Well, there are people who've fallen out and left reform, so yeah, I'll keep you updated.